Okay, welcome back. We got another video in the works. So this time around, I hit up the guy Navie B. He has a new plugin called Note Grabber, which is a pretty dope concept. I asked him if I could test it out in a video. He said yes. So that's what we're gonna do. Note Grabber is essentially a plugin that will take the notes of a sample and you're able to pick the ones that you want and drag them as MIDI notes and play them with your own instruments, which is dope for sample-based producers such as myself that aren't really the greatest when it comes to playing um, keys or whatever. So yeah, first thing I want to do is just start off by making a beat. We got the sample here in Ableton. Oh, by the way, I'm using this mic because now I realize why YouTubers hold this mic instead of pinning it onto their shirts, because if it's not right in front of your mouth, it doesn't sound. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so we're in Ableton. Same setup, Ableton SP MIDI controller. So I got a sample. Like I said, got to watch out for the YouTube goons. I took one of my breaks and I turned it into a drum rack. So let's just do a drum pattern right quick before we get into the note grabber. Straightforward. And I got my drum mixing preset. I'll show you what it is. It's basically RC20, a drum bus, this JL37, which is another tape saturator, and a Kramer tape saturator. So it's crunching the hell out of it, but it's not neither of them are at full strength. Neither is the RC20, to be honest. So this is with it. That's without it. Capiche? Okay. So now I'm gonna throw my sample into Serato. So apparently you put the note grabber on the sample. So what I'm gonna do, actually, no, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see how this thing works. You basically put it on as an effect based off the instructional video that Navie sends you when you download the plugin. And then you basically just let it play. And then you stop it. Okay. Oh, you gotta press stop. So these are all the notes that are in the sample. Let me grab an instrument. I'll make a MIDI track. Sounds Valentine. Okay, so in Serato sample, this is the notes that it grabbed. But the thing is, when you play it back, these are so many notes. So I don't know which ones I would want to take. So obviously, like I said, what I would use it for is these bass notes. So basically what you do is click and drag on the notes that you want to take. Right? I'm gonna take a couple of these ones just to hear what they sound like. Take all the main ones. But I feel like when I'm grabbing them, they're not, like this one is not perfectly on that note. Maybe because the note was played a tiny bit detuned and it's only taking actual notes, maybe? Who knows? Okay, and then what you do is you drag it into the instrument that you want it to play from. Okay, so I'm going to solo it. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's not the instrument that it's playing, so that's why it might sound weird. You got to kind of get, maybe you got to get an instrument that is closer to the actual instrument. Like maybe I should have got like a xylophone or a glockenspiel. But you get the idea. But like I said, what I would be using it for is for bass line. So let's chop the sample first, and then we'll take the notes that we want from it. So I'll just go into Serato sample, find keys, find samples, half speed it, because I'm doing double time, so I need to half speed it. Like that. Keep it simple and airy. Okay. Play back. Record. Arm the record. Stop the record. Okay, so I'm already hearing the notes that I want. So what I like to do is put my sample preset on this, which basically cuts the low end out of it so I can play my own low end. All right, so now we open our note grabber, go to the beginning, and I already have my bass. I already have a bass sound here. There should be a way for me to play this in here so I can hear the notes that I need to hear without having to re-record it. I'm assuming these ones that are brightest ones are the main ones that you want to take, but I'm going to take most of them just so I can get an idea. It's going to sound weird because it's a bass line and it should be monophonic. So I'm just going to give my little pointers because I do like this plugin, but there should be an undo. Okay, right click will delete it. And you could move it. Okay, that's good to know. Can I extend it? Yep. I could extend it. Move it a little bit. See, like, I don't know if I'm on the key or if it was played detuned. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm clicking right in the middle and it's going underneath. So he did say that he is going to be making updates to the plugin. But this is just dope that you're able to take these notes from a sample and turn them into MIDI. Okay. I'll just do it from the first half of the sample because it can get a little tedious. So I'm just taking notes. I'm just taking all of them, almost all the lower ones. I know which ones are the bass notes, but I'm just taking all of them so that I can pick and choose which ones if that makes sense. So now take this, drag it on here, right? Let's hear it soloed. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Might as well fold it. So I feel like this would be the nice. I'm gonna transpose these a full. If they're too muddy, then you just transpose it up to the same note, 12. I like that. These ones I don't even need, to be honest. So transpose this up. Let's hear how this sounds. I'm really committing to this. And essentially, obviously, if it's in the right scale, it's gonna sound good. So let's hear it with the rest of the beat. Yeah. And I would just duplicate that because it's a simple 2-bar loop. Get rid of these. Get rid of this. Get rid of these. Maybe this. Let's see. So now you can just kind of play with the timing. Because they're tapered at the beginning, you don't know exactly where it actually starts. So now you just gotta mess around with the timing. Okay, so that's step and repeat. Let's see if we find a B section of the sample. sidechain the bass a little bit. Like to put a little saturator, soft clipper on the drums. All right, let's extend the beat. Quick little sequence. Take the bass out. And the drums. All right, so there it is. Note grabber. It's a very dope plugin. Very, very dope plugin. I would give it a, let's say, an 8 out of 10. Easy for me to say. I'm not a plugin developer. But okay, so when you're in here now and you're looking for notes to grab, what would be dope? I don't know the reason why it can't be done is if I could just take my mouse right here and then drag and collect all the notes so that they would be in the same timing, same length, same velocity as they were played. I know that's a lot to ask, but at least being able to grab these white notes that are like super prominent, if I could just grab those ones some way instead of having to individually go in and drag, and it's a little bit inaccurate um, when I'm pulling it. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be above the note, right in the middle of the note, maybe above the note. That seems to be a little bit more accurate. And also a zoom feature, maybe a pinch to zoom. I see there's a speed and a range, which is dope. But a zoom feature, and this, yeah, a collectively grab as many of these white notes that are on the screen. That would make it easily a 9.5, 10 plugin for me. Um, what's dope, which I didn't notice, if you look at the bottom right, um, you'll see it tells you what notes are being played, the note frequency, which I'm not sure what that means. 622.3. Maybe that's the velocity somehow. That's kind of dope because I didn't know that. So now you know at least you don't even have to necessarily drag it. You just know, okay, the root note is A. So yeah, shout out to Navie. Check out his channel, Navie D. This is a really dope, innovative plugin for sample-based producers. I will definitely be using it in future videos and just in general. Appreciate you for sending it over. It's definitely worth the $49 that it is on his site right now. Make sure you go check it out. I'll put his link in the bio. I'll put a link to his channel in the bio. Yeah, so that's what it is. Shout out Note Grabber. Peace.